Next point is the interest of voters in election related activities has been increasing over the years. So the interest of voters in an election has increased in our India, as we have already discussed in this chart, right? So our number of voters has increased as compared to the previous 10 or 20 years. During the 2004 election, more than one third voters took part in a campaign related activity. So during the 2004 election, more than one third voters took part in the campaign related activities. More than half of the people identified themselves as being close to one or the other political party. One out of every seven voters is a member of a political party. So nowadays, especially the people in our normal life, one out of every seven voters is a member of a political party. That means if any candidate who is taking stand, or who is taking stand in an election, how they will gain votes. Obviously he or she is represent, you can say, family members are already in a political party, so with that they get the more powers. So this is one of the disadvantages. So as you can see, those who participated in any election related activity in India. Source: National Election Study to 1996 to 2004 CSDS. So here is the election year, okay, 1996, 1998, 1999, 2004, and here are the percentage. Okay, so in 1996 only 8% have participated. In 1998, in 1996 8%, in 1998 13%, in 1999 21%, and in 2004 32%. So it keeps on increasing. So at first there was only 8, but now see there are 32%. So that means people are actively participating in an election. Next topic is acceptance of election outcome. One final test of the free and fairness of election has it's the outcome itself. If elections are not free and fair, the outcome always favors the powerful. So if the elections are not free and fair, the outcomes or the results will be only the powerful political party will win the election, because other political party will not get a single chance to win the election. So if the elections are not free and fair, then obviously only one party will win continuously. That means at present there is a BJP Congress. BJP have won, and till more 20, 35, 30, 40 years BJP will continue. So this is not the case in our country. Every 5 years there is an election, and in every election there is a competition between BJP, Congress, and many other national parties. In such situation, the ruling parties do not lose elections. So if the elections are not free and fair, then the ruling party will not lose an election. Obviously they will win election. How? By using different types of dirty tricks. Usually the losing party does not accept the outcome of a reached election. So usually the losing party does not accept the outcome of an election, because they think that the elections are not free and fair. The outcomes of the Indian election speaks for itself. The ruling parties routinely lose election in India, both at the national and state level. So the ruling party routinely they lose election in India, both at the national and the state level. In fact, in every 2 out of the 3 elections held in the last 15 years, the ruling party lost. So in our India, what is the case? The ruling parties, especially in every 2 out of 3 elections which had held in the last 15 years, the ruling party has lost. Why? Because there is a free and fair election in our India. Though there are some dirty tricks, but still we consider it as free and fair election in our India. In the US, an incumbent or sitting elected representative rarely loses an election. So in USA, an incumbent or a sitting elected representative, that means the present government, they barely lose an election. But in India, about half of the sitting MPs and MLAs lose election. So every country they have according to their own needs and requirement, elections are being held. Candidates who are known to have spent a lot of money on buying votes, so especially the candidates, they are mainly known for to buy the lots of votes. How? By spending lots of money. And those with known criminal connection often lose elections. So in our India, we have already learned about different types of model code of conduct, and in that all the candidates criminal cases are being written, right? So in our India, if there is a criminal connection also, they will lose the election. Bearing very few depicted election, the electoral outcomes are usually accepted as people's verdict by the defeated party. But in our country, what we think that if ruling party if lose, or any party lose in an election, they think that the people's choice is that they want the party which have won the election. They think that this is the government which people want, so we accept the result. Not like in other countries, they just keep on fighting among each other, threatening or attacking on the other political party. But in our country, we respect the decision of people, that means the normal citizens of our country.